You are about to enter a zone like no other. A zone which is uncensored and unfiltered. Starring Noel Glynn with Cheryl Glynn. Also starring Teddy the Terrier. You are watching the official Tardis zone. Prepare yourselves. This will be a trip of a lifetime.
Yes, it will. Welcome, everybody, to the first of two streams tonight. This one will be short and sweet, but we will be live later on. Hopefully, I will have a panel. If not, I will be live later on, usual time. But as you can see, the ratings have went up by 200,000. So I was right last night when I did predict, and everybody else thought there would be a downturn, but I just had a feeling that word of mouth for this episode and everything that people were talking about would generate interest. Now, here is the thing. The consolidated figures for this one is going to go through the roof, whether you like it or not. I knew this would happen. This is the mid-season episode, and I knew this would happen because it's happened with previous years, and it's the same trend that seems to be even happening today. Mid-season, Doctor Who gets an upturn, and that's exactly what the Fugitive of the Judoon did. Now, whether you like the episode or not for what it did last night, it has generated a lot of interest. And this is the thing, word of mouth for this episode, I actually think that and hyping it like the BBC did, bringing John Barrowman back, are all going to affect the ratings this week. And I think they're going to go up instead of go down. I disagree. Super John says it'll go down by the next episode. I disagree because this episode was, for some fans out there, was such a high that a lot of people are going to see if there's going to be a continuation of this story arc next week. So I believe next week as well, we're going to have a similar thing. But if nothing happens by next week, I'd say it'll be the episode after that. So I say episode 7, we will see a downturn again. But no, I think the next couple of weeks is going to look good in the ratings. It still won't be spectacular because it's only a 200,000 gain from the ones that they've already lost. So, I mean, it's not huge, but the consolidated, the 7-day figures, in my opinion, are going to do a lot better. I think it'll probably be the highest when it comes to consolidated figures, to be honest with you. I said this last night and nobody believed me, to be quite honest. Everybody said it was going to go down after the Tesla episode. That used to be the case in previous eras. But Jodie Whittaker's era, you can kind of see where it's going. There's always an upturn in the very first episode. Then we have a bit of a lull. And then by mid-season again, like we did last year, we get an upturn and then it goes down again. So that's the way I see it happening. That's the way I see it going. By the way, I have 1,242 subscribers. Over 1,300 people have watched last night's podcast with me panel. I'm blown away. I've also taken a bit of stick on Twitter. People accusing me that I'm only doing negative videos because negativity sells right now, and all I'm concerned about is making money. Well, for any people out there that have been following me a long time and been following me on Facebook, knows that money is the least motivation that I have, right? My motivation comes from my passion and my belief that Doctor Who should be something different and should be better than what it is, right? This has nothing got to do with money. And if people choose to support this channel that way, that is up to them. And I am grateful. But for me, it's about the show and it's about the direction it's going in. And look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and lie that it doesn't put a smile on my face when someone gives me a super chat. Of course it does, because it means all the work that I've done is being validated. But it's not for money. It's not about money. So those people that are accusing me of just being negative because I want to make money for the channel, well, I can tell you now, every time I do a Doctor Who video, YouTube yellow ticks the video. So I'm not actually making money off any of these videos. So You would really need to like get a grip, which is yourselves. You're just accusing people of all sorts now because they're coming out and speaking the truth, and you don't like it. You don't like it. I've seen. I've been on Ballstreck's Twitter thread there and having a look. It is to be a true fan of this show, because if they were a true fan of this show or a long-term fan of this show, you don't turn your back on this show when this show actually has a poor series or a poor era. Okay, that's not what you do. You don't abandon it in its hard times. But we're not going to sit back and not say anything when it's bad, because it is bad, and that's the bottom line, right? I still haven't recovered after last night. You know, I was going to do a video. I was going to do a stream earlier on. I just still couldn't bring myself to do the stream earlier on to talk about this episode, especially the last 15 minutes. But if you were to look at the comments, and I have seen some comments, this episode, again, is one of the greatest episodes that was ever written, if you were to listen to the other side. Even people that haven't liked Jodie Whittaker's era so far even got their heads turned by this episode. They were sold down the river. They all, don't get me wrong, we've all said on the panel last night that we were all delighted to see Captain Jack, right? But that's exactly why they brought Captain Jack back. That's exactly why they brought the Judoon back. The reason why they brought the Judoon back was because, and I can't believe this, is because they knew they were actually popular. Now, they might be popular to me. I think they're just, they're the Judoon. But to some fans out there, younger fans, the Judoon were actually very important to them. So he's used his head. You have to give it to him. He's used his head. He's brought Captain Jack back for all of us that like Torchwood and Captain Jack, and we all like Captain Jack. Everybody likes Captain Jack, right? And then he brought back the Judoon because the fans of that era, the RTD's era, absolutely loved the Judoon. So, I mean, he's throwing everything at it, and it's still not doing great. Now, it did go up by 200,000, and I did say if the ratings go up or down, I will report on it. I'm not going to hide from the fact. But I knew the ratings would go up this week, and I told people, prepare yourself, because that's exactly what's going to happen. I have this serious sussed when it comes to the ratings. I even have a figure in my head where this is going to end, but I'm not going to put it up yet. Because next week, I'm telling you, next week, you all think next week's numbers are going to be down. I disagree. I think they're going to go up by another 200,000 maybe. And that's exactly what it is. The BBC are banking off out of nostalgia. That's exactly what they're doing. That's why we're getting the Cybermen. That's why we're getting the Judoon. That's why we got Captain Jack. And by the way, Captain Jack won't be the only one that'll probably make an appearance. Mark my words. Don't be surprised if another old face turns up. Okay? Because this series. Look, we said we wanted classic. We questioned Chibnall last year, right? Now, he says he didn't listen to any of the negative reviews. Well, he clearly has, because he wouldn't be throwing everything that he's throwing at this season, right? We asked for plot twists. He's given us plot twists, right? They're maybe not the plot twists that we like, but he's still giving us plot twists. We asked for classic aliens. He's brought back classic aliens. We even mentioned, why not bring an old companion or two back? He's brought an old companion or two back, right? But the problem is he's still writing mediocre stuff. His writers are not capable of creating an overall story arc that can keep us all interested. If he thinks Sean Gallifrey being destroyed again is somehow part of this ongoing story arc about Gallifrey, well, then I'm sorry. You are way, way, way wrong, Chris Chibnall. You haven't got a clue what you're doing. That's it. It's member berries. That's all it is. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do to us. And you know what? Unfortunately, there's some fans being fooled by it all. There's some fans that were not a fan of Series 11, and you can see them now talking about how good Series 12 is. And it's not even that better. It's just because there's the Judoon, the Cybermen are coming back, Daleks, fucking Sea Devils. They know what they're doing. BBC, Chris Chibnall. Smart arse he is. And you know what? Unfortunately, it didn't seem to be working for a while. But maybe this could be the episode that could actually get fans to watch the next five episodes. Yeah. So the second half of this season could end up being taking an upturn. Right? Now, that's the worst case scenario. I doubt it very much now, to be honest with you. I do think next week's episode will do well. I think the episode after that, then, it all depends on the episode Sunday, what it's like Sunday. If we get back to the Borden mundane episode like we got with the Tesla, then I think you might see a fall in the ratings for that episode. And then the week later, then, as it always does, it'll affect it. This series, look, it's becoming very hard to predict where this is going to go. But this 200,000, of course, the other side are celebrating it because, obviously to them, that means that the show is on the up. So they've been bragging about it all day. I wouldn't be bragging about 200,000 now. If it starts getting 2-3 million extra viewers, not huge, but I mean, it's going to be better than that, and that we've gotten in the series so far. Because I think, as I said, word of mouth, the way BBC promoted it this week, the midweek trailer as well, remember, right? And then, we've got, it looks like a bit of a spoiler. As I said, don't be surprised if Jack comes back again after he's lying, but it looks like Jack might be back because someone threw something up on Twitter and deleted the tweet. But it looked like it got something to do with. No, I'm still here. Must be your computer. I haven't. Garbage says I'm gone. No, I'm still here ranting away. But yeah, it annoys me. It annoys me because it didn't have to be this way. I still think Chris Chibnall is gonna destroy everything that we've come to love and know about Doctor Who. I don't think this man actually gives a crap anymore, and it's heartbreaking. As I said last night, I'm still in shock after last night. I mean, up until those last 15 minutes, and I know there's people out there that don't agree with me, but it was actually a pretty decent episode. People have different tastes, of course, but I actually thought it wasn't too bad until that bloody twist. And by the way, even before the twist came along, I'd even predicted it. I mean, look at Roots Watch, everybody. It had a blue, what you call it, the windy thing, and the handles were blue on the watch. Not suitable. See what I mean? There you go. Not suitable for advertisers. See, it doesn't matter. Every time I talk about Doctor Who, so I don't really give a crap what people say about all this making money business because I'm not even making any. I don't really give a crap. Right, here we go though. I have decided. Here's an article. Where's this article? Right, there it is. Right, hold on. Right, let's see. I said let's look at what some of the news headlines would be like, and I said a lot of newspapers would report positively this week on the episode. And it looks like I'm right again there. And, it's annoying me, though. Right. You will love this article. This is from the Radio Times. So it's the shill newspaper, basically. Well, it used to be for the BBC, but the articles do be ridiculous. So I just want to make sure that you can see the article. I'm about to add it now. Right. This will be fun. Right, you can see it there. So Doctor Who, fugitive of the Judoon Review. Chris Chibnall majestically blows a hole in Time Lord's mythology, and I'm loving it. Boring old foes and amusing pansexual alloy from the past, and a startling unknown incarnation of the Time Lord. Told yous. I told yous. See, people are being fooled by member berries. Look at this gobshite. Gives it a 5 bloody stars. Well, Patrick Mulkerin. Yeah, you're an idiot. 5 stars. You clearly don't understand the show. You're clearly not a fan. But we'll read your stupid article anyway. And you won't believe what happens this week. Well, yes, I would actually. The Doctor Who tagline was flashed up on telly and all over social media in recent days. God, it was the best you could do, BBC. When your ratings are dipping, don't dangle invisible carrots. Put your wares in the blooming window, or at least some of them. Keeping your exciting new old foe under wraps by all means. More of her later. But Flash Jack, that would have been the Blue Rinse Brigade tuning in at least anyway. See, this is what I mean though. This article he's saying, well, why did they hide Jack if they had to tell people Jack was in the show? The show would have got its ratings. Do you know what I mean? So he's even I'm not even gonna read this article. Don't care, right? As far as I'm concerned, do you know what? Why should I listen to this idiot? No, forget about it. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading any positive articles on this shit show. If anybody out there thinks that this episode was great, and if anybody out there thinks that Ruth as the Doctor was great, and the fact that we had 2 female doctors and he's just blown a hole in canon, and if you think that was great, well then you don't belong in this fandom. Get the hell out of our fandom. All right? This is not the way Doctor Who should be. Right, and then, right, I want to point this out. A couple of idiots last night on Twitter, right? Now, Bolstrek put up a post, when he was on here, he told you, he put up a post saying he was appearing on this channel and stuff, and that he was going to be doing his own video. And on the thread, and I've seen it, and I've read every single comment on the thread. Nobody in the thread, right, from the side that doesn't like Doctor Who, brought up Ruth's skin color, right? Or brought up about the fact that Ruth was black playing the Doctor, right? Nobody did. But a couple of Whovians who happened to be black themselves decided that they'd come on and take a dig at fans and accuse us of all being racist when not one person in the thread actually mentioned her skin color. So I actually replied back to this person. I said, listen, you clearly haven't read the thread because nobody here has actually said anything racist against Ruth. I said the reason why people have a problem with Ruth and Jodie Whittaker is because Chris Chibnall is blowing a hole in canon. So next time, don't be posting rubbish. There's a lot of that going around, but it is because of the Not My Doctor side, right? There's some elements of that are sexist and racist, right? And that's a fact, right? And I don't care if that hurts anybody. Don't give a crap, right? There's some sexist and racists out there. I am refusing to use the Not My Doctor hashtag anymore. I'm not using it anymore. I don't want to see it on this channel either, right? I am using a new hashtag Save Doctor Who. That's the hashtag that I am going to be using from now on. And anybody that supports me on this channel, that is the hashtag that I would like you to use. Hashtag Save Doctor Who. I am not using the hashtag Not My Doctor hashtag anymore because I'll tell you why. It's tainted. People don't take us seriously anymore, right? And it gives Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker the opportunity to have a go at all fans because of this side, right? Now, this side has done just as much damage as the J-Bot side with their sexist, misogynist behavior, right? I am sorry, but I'm calling them out. They're a bunch of sexist pigs and need to stop, right? Okay, you can complain about Jody being the doctor. You can do whatever you want, right? But when it comes to the all this sexist behavior that you are putting up and tweets that you are putting up and stuff like that. Look, I did a video a few weeks back, right? It was pictures that I'd received of Jody Whittaker. Now, I'd edited the video, but some people were angry about it, right? I took the video down, right? I'd actually put the wrong version of the video, even though, they didn't believe that explanation. But I do two versions of every video, slideshow video that I do anyway. That's what I used to do. That's why I don't do many slideshow videos anymore, because I don't want to make the same mistake again. But I uploaded the wrong one. It was still edited. You still couldn't see anything, but people weren't happy with that, right? So I said from then on, forget about it, right? That's not the way to go. So I'm not supporting any of these sexist pigs on the Not My Doctor side, right? That hashtag that they use is tainted, and quite frankly, nobody takes it serious in the fandom. As soon as you write that hashtag, right, look at the abuse you get all the time. Look at the abuse you get all the time. Right? And the reason why you get that abuse, because and think about it, the J-bots, as soon as you put that hashtag, what do they call you? They call you sexist, they call you racist. Why? They don't know you. Because you're using a hashtag that's known to come out with that sort of language and to come out with those sort of things. Right? So I'm finished with the Not My Doctor side. I'm finished. I'm leaving the groups that are involved in that sort of thing. I'm done. It's Save Doctor Who. Hashtag Save Doctor Who, because that's what we want to do. And it's a nicer way of putting it. We're not picking on Jodie. We're not picking on Chris Chibb. We want to save our show, right? So this Not My Doctor, no more. I'm no more for it. And I see some people have put hashtag Save Doctor Who. Thank you. Thank you. And I think that's the hashtag everybody should use instead of hashtag Not My Doctor. Not My Doctor hashtag is tainted. Okay, every time you use it, you get a J-bot calling you sexist, and I wonder why. It's because there is a few in this community that have went too far, and I put me hand up and say I probably went too far as well. But at the end of the day, I've come to my senses. It's time to look at the bigger picture here. The bigger picture here is that Chris Chibnall's about to destroy the canon, and he's put a woman in there that's way over her head. Garbage has sent me a £5 super chat. Thank you, Garbage. Is the BBC ticking boxes? Yes. Am I annoyed at Chibs damaging the history? Yes. But was I entertained? Yes, especially after Abysmal Orphan 55. Hashtag Save Doctor Who. That's what I mean. Up until that twist, the episode was actually not bad. I can't lie. I actually liked the Judoon in this episode. They were badass. Now, obviously, Chibnall has a thing about old people because he killed the granny off in literally 5 minutes after meeting the Judoon. But they were badass. They killed murdered the guy in the cafe as well, and they were sinister. If we saw more of the Judoon, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because I think we need to see more of these to kind of establish some sort of lore for these guys, some sort of canon. So if they were to appear in more series coming up, not only under Chris Chibnall, but under other showrunners, I'd have no problem with them appearing. They're not the greatest, but they were sinister last night. That's what I'm saying. So I just want to make that clear, because I'm being roped in with this Not My Doctor crowd as well, by the way. There's a Twitter account that says stupid things Not My Doctors say, right? And the person that runs this is a person that I've had a run-in with. They think that I don't know about the group. Now, the agreement that we had was, if you left me alone, I'd leave you alone. But you're setting up groups all over the place and you're still slandering me. But what I will say is this, right, is that these people think I'm the leader of this Not My Doctor movement. I can categorically tell you that I am not the person behind that hashtag, right? I am not the person that created it. I'm not the person that created the fake articles. that these crowd have done, which I called them out on last year, right? This crowd has done just as much damage as the J-Bot side, right? So I'm done. I'm done. So I want to say to that person, and I want to say to everybody out there as well that's a J-Bot, I am not a member of the Not My Doctor crowd. Yes, all Whovians have used that hashtag because that was the hashtag that these guys set up, and it was the hashtag that everybody knew, right? But I'm changing that tonight. I'm changing that tonight. I want us to use the hashtag Save My Doctor Who, and I'd encourage all of you out there that see people using the hashtag Not My Doctor to tell them to use the hashtag Save Doctor Who. That's the hashtag I'd rather people use because it's a universal hashtag. Also, it doesn't show that we're primarily against Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. We have a problem with the whole direction of the show. So, David, again, we said this on the panel last night. Ruth seemed more at ease as the Doctor than Jodie Whittaker did. Look, this is the thing. Everybody said it on the panel last night. If this was done 10 years ago, fans wouldn't be as suspicious and fans wouldn't be as outraged. The reason why we are is because of that strategy and inclusion agenda policy thing that they have, right? That they put out there and showed everybody, right? So they're only doing this to tick boxes. If they were doing it for the betterment of the show, we'd have no problem with it. That's why I'm saying if it was 10 years ago, I don't think fans would be as outraged. There'd still be some saying you shouldn't be going down that route, but they'd see how it would go. It's different now. It's different now because the agendas, and also this showrunner has actually showed in the previous series what his agenda is all about. And that's why fans have a problem with it. It's not got to do with Joe Martin. It's not got to do with a woman at this stage, to be honest. It's gone way past Jodie Whittaker and way past whoever plays the Master and stuff. And again, the Not My Doctor side have come out and been racist against Sasha. I love Sasha as the Master. They also, I've seen some people criticize Ruth because of, as I said, brought this whole thing up of skin color. I will agree with some people that say it is box ticking. We know it's box ticking, right? But these people are being clearly racist. So I don't want that to do with the Not My Doctor crowd anymore, right? That hashtag I'm not using anymore, right? And even Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker had a go at that crowd. Do you remember? And this is why we're getting what we're getting, because of these idiots, right? So when you all put that hashtag and think that you are doing something, remember, those idiots are the reason why Chris Chibnall had a go at fans in the very first episode of Spyfall when he put that line in, I'm an upgrade, right? It was because of the Not My Doctor side that you're getting all this crap now, right? Because he's putting two fingers up the fans that had a problem with this. But because of their sexist and their misogynistic behavior, right, that's why he's come out and did this. Right, so blame them. It's not just the J-bots, it's them as well. I'm not using that hashtag anymore. I'm not. I refuse to use it. And stop J-bot saying that I'm some sort of leader of this group, because I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not like them. I actually like women. I'm married to one. Jesus Christ. Right. As I said, ratings up by 200,000. I do think they'll take an upturn for the next episode as well. It'll be after that then, see what happens. I predicted this last night. Everybody said the ratings would go down. There was a couple of us that said the ratings would go up. Now, they've only went up by 200,000, as I said. It's not the most spectacular. It's still in trouble, Doctor Who. It's still in trouble. And, you know, the last 15 minutes of that last night's episode has blown open Doctor Who canon. And what annoys me is that there's some fans out there celebrating that fact. Now, it baffles me. It baffles me. Chris Chibnall shouldn't be even going near this. Look, people on both sides are going to say that the figures or this, that, and the other, right? The figures went up by 200,000. It doesn't matter. They went up, right? People can say figures were this, that, and the other, right? At the end of the day, you know, it's still not going to get any better. You should just and look at, we know BBC have for years have been fudging figures. We all know that, right? That happens every year, right? We go by what we're given, right? And it's still showing a downward trend. So, and this week is the first week that it's gained 200,000 200,000. So I wouldn't be reading much into that when people are saying that the numbers are fudged, because to be quite honest with you, they've been fudged for years, and we're still getting a downtrend. And if they are, for obviously they're worse than what they're actually telling us. But what can we do about that? They're always going to lie to us anyway. We're never going to find out what the true viewing figures are for this area. We're never going to find out. So there's not, we could talk about ratings being fudged or being doctored or stuff like that. It's not going to get us anywhere. What we need to be concentrating on is concentrating on the writing and what Chris Chibnall is actually doing right now. And we must keep highlighting that. Forget about figures. I don't give a shit about figures, because at the end of the day, we already know that this show is in trouble, right? It's already in trouble. It's already down the 4 million mark, like. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that I got 200,000. So I don't care. They can bump up the numbers all they want. The show is in trouble. The writing is bad. We can all see it. The newspapers have finally been turning on the show. This week, they'll obviously give it a positive one. But all other weeks, they've been on its back. So I'd be worrying more about the writing than ratings, to be quite honest. The only reason why I'm bringing up the ratings is because I knew they'd go up, and I wanted to do the stream. I do a stream on the ratings, a short stream, and we've got 9 minutes left. Now, I am live again tonight, the usual time, and I'm hoping to get a panel on, which I more than likely will anyway. It seems to be, there's a couple of people to be waiting in the wings to get on, so I'll bring them on. And we'll talk further about this episode, and we'll talk about the ratings as well, because it'll be interesting to see what other people think. Is that 200,000 watched on iPlayer, etc., or 200,000 more watched than last week? It's 200,000 more watched than last week. The overnights, the consolidated, those figures don't come in for another 6 days, is it? 7 days? That's when we get the consolidated figures. So that'll be catch up and stuff like that. Now, on catch up, I actually think this is going to do well. I'm going to go as far as to say that I think an extra 2 million people are actually going to watch on catch up because of what's happened in this week's episode. Because you see, what's happened is a lot of us, right, whether we realize that or not, but the more people that were talking about this episode last night, even people that haven't watched, were interested to see the threads and what was going on. As soon as people heard Captain Jack was back, that would have roped some people into watching. As soon as some people heard that there was another female doctor and that Chris Chibnall blew up Cannon, then people are going to watch. See, this is the thing. People are going to watch out of curiosity. So I'm telling you now, it'll get another 2 million on the catch-ups and all of that. Catch-ups and on tablets and whatever they call it. He'll get another 200. That's what I'm on, 2 million. That's why I'm saying this episode's going to be the strongest one. I think it's going to beat Spyfall. And also on the ratings, IMDb, it's 81% or something. So it's the highest rated episode. So tells me that, there's, whether we like it or not, there's people that actually enjoyed it last night. And I have to admit, up until the twist, it was actually enjoyable. You're right, Extra Spice. There is a lot of gimmicks happening in the show. There is. Everybody could see it, but you see, the thing that's annoying me is people are being fooled by it. People are being fooled by it. I mean, I honestly thought there would have been, like, last night the fandom lost its shit. Even mild-mannered Whovians that I've known since I've been on Twitter, and I've even known on Facebook, right? Mild-mannered. These are people, men and women, that never get involved in any sort of confrontation or anything like that. You know, they put up a comment and, you know, they try to be as balanced and you know, so they don't upset anybody. These people even lost their crap last night at this, right? And it's true. What I've noticed is a lot of newer fans that have came to the franchise, came to the show over the last few years, are the ones that actually like this. And the long-term Whovians are the ones that actually don't. So there's a proper definitive split happened with this series. You've got Whovians like myself that I've been watching. Now I've been watching since the 80s. Obviously it was on, you know, I was a kid in the 80s. There's been people, I've even spoke to people over the last couple of days that I've never even met that said, I've watched one of your streams, I love what you're doing. I've been watching Doctor Who since it started, and it just breaks me heart to see that it's gone down this path. And this is what I'm getting, and it does seem to be this series especially has split the fandom. The old fans, the long-term Whovians, have all kind of banded together and don't like this, and you've got all the ones that have just joined. Because I've noticed, and you noticed all these people that are commenting, they're all got rainbows on their bleeding profiles, and they're all in their mid-20s, so they don't know anything about the history or the lore of Doctor Who. You know what I mean? And this is what annoys me. And come here, they're not going away anytime soon. Not yet, because the fucking show is still hanging on. If this was here's the thing though, right? And we've got to put this out there. If this was any other show, right? If you look at the two shows that are struggling for BBC right now, that are their two biggest IPs, Top Gear and Doctor Who, right? Now, if that was any other show, right? Those two shows, right? I said the top IPs, right? If those two shows are struggling right now, right? But if they were in the top shows for BBC, say they had two of their lower tier shows, right? And they lost the numbers that these shows are losing, right? Because Top Gear is in trouble as well, right? So if they lose the numbers, those shows would be cancelled. The reason why Doctor Who isn't cancelled, because it's called Doctor Who. The reason why Top Gear isn't cancelled, it's because it's called Top Gear. That name, the brand itself alone is powerful. Will draw in people. And BBC know that. This show should have been off the air. This show should have been, in reality, should have been off the air near the end of Peter Capaldi's run anyway. Right? Even though it wasn't his fault, the writing had gone so bad, you know, it should have ended there, but it didn't because of the name, right? Even what happened back in the 80s, that would kill most shows off. But because it was called Doctor Who, you know, it got a movie and then it was revived in 2005. That wouldn't really happen with any other show if it didn't have that name, if it wasn't that popular, if it wasn't an institution like it was. Yeah, if Rebecca wants to jump on, if anybody wants to actually jump on as a guest tonight, you could send me a message on either Messenger or on Twitter. Send me a message. Just let me know if you haven't added me on Twitter, though. Just let me know what name on Twitter you are, because I seem to be getting a lot of people. And this is the thing I've noticed as well. You should have seen the amount of requests that I got on my Twitter after my stream, right? Like Bolstrek, his one went mad, right? My one went crazy as well, right? But these are people that just want to come on and attack me because I don't like it. You know, it's gone ridiculous. It's gone absolutely ridiculous. It clearly this era is going to destroy everything we've come to love and know about the show. And these people are lapping it up because that's what they want. That's what they want. They've always wanted. This is what these fans do. They're like locusts. They move from franchise to franchise. They destroy their fandoms and then they move on. And they're celebrating last night. You should have seen them. Gallifrey base as well. You think they won the lottery the way they were going on, right? Because for them, the fact that canon is being destroyed is what they want. They don't give a crap about the show. Don't give a crap about you, me, or anybody else, and neither do the BBC. The BBC want to pander to idiots, right? And that's going to be their biggest downfall. Because again, BBC again is in the news for being accused of being unbiased when it comes to their media. So it's done. It's done. As I said, if this was a different show, this would be off the air. And unfortunately, this is what we have to do. As Whovians, we've got to bring this show down. So boycott the show. Continue to boycott the show if you have been boycotting, and well done if you have. If you've been watching this shit show like me, I've been watching it because I'm reviewing it. Now, we're watching it in a way because me and Cheryl don't want to give the BBC a rating, so we make sure that we don't. But we watch it anyway, right? We find a way of watching it without having to give the BBC a rating. But don't watch the show, right? If you have been watching this shit show unfold, right, and you say, I'm done now, well, be done. Be done. Don't come back. Don't come back until Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are gone, right? Because you're not going to like what you see, because it's going to get worse. This isn't getting any better. And remember, Chris Chibnall is staying, right? That's something that has been confirmed. It's weird. Chris Chibnall has confirmed himself that he's staying, right? But here's the thing. Nobody has confirmed Jodie Whittaker is staying except Jodie Whittaker. So for all you J-bots out there that are celebrating because she put out, an article was put out there saying that she's staying for Series 13, and you were all saying, well, screw you to everybody that didn't like this era. She's staying, we won. You won nothing, because BBC haven't actually announced that she's officially staying. See, Chris Chibnall can officially announce he's staying because he's the boss. But he didn't come out and say, yeah, me and Jodie are staying. He said he's staying, right? And Jodie Whittaker's the only one that's saying she's staying. Christopher Eccleston did the same thing. Matt Smith did the same thing, right? They went around and told everybody they were staying, but they were already gone. So for all you fans that think that Jodie Whittaker's sticking around, I'm still sticking my neck out there and saying that this is what I think is going to happen. Series is going to end. We're going to get that special, right? But she's going to be in the first episode of Series 13, which is technically, she's right, she's in Series 13, but she'll be only in one episode. She'll regenerate, and that's her gone. Chris Chibnall is going to start off Series 14. Is it 14? No, Series 13 with a regeneration. Now, some people might find that hard to believe, right? But that's what he's going to do. And that's what I believe he's going to do. And this comes from the same source that gave me the information about Captain Jack and all that other stuff, right? And Eddie was on here as well and actually told us that Captain Jack was coming back as well, right? As I said, me and Eddie's sources are basically, we have our own sources and then we have a source in common, right? And that's how me and Eddie are able to get all this information, right? Now, I've been given all this information from the very same person that gave me the information of Spyfall, right? And BBC took down my video. So I'm sticking my neck out there and I'm still saying it until I see Jodie Whittaker officially in her costume, filming somewhere on location. Then I'll put my hands up and say, right, everybody was right, she's staying. But as far as I'm concerned, I still think she's gone because these numbers don't add up and don't justify her to stay. We can't get rid of Chris Chibnall, right? Because that little slimy snake has managed to hang on to his job. But I don't want Jodie Whittaker in the role because her acting is bad. I'd rather have a decent actor in there that can actually do something with the scripts that they're given. Right? So I'm still sticking my neck out there and I'm going to say that she's gone. And this is just a gut feeling that I have. And I've been saying this since January anyway, last year. Right, so I have a gut feeling, and it's so strong in me. I'm not backing down on this one, and I could be wrong, and I might have to come out and say to everybody, "I'm sorry that I got people's hopes up and all that." But that's what happens with source news anyway. And I think some people out there don't actually realize. Cause some people, you're a liar, yeah, this, that, and the other. I don't think you understand how source information goes. And I always say, take it with a pinch of salt, or you can take it whatever which way you want to. I just believe because my source has been spot on with me. So, I mean, I don't think they get it. You know, the sources don't always get everything right. But you look at Gary, you look at Doomcock, you look at me, you look at Eddie, and you look at all other people that have done source news. We've gotten the majority of 80% of the stuff that I've been given, we've been spot on about. And not many YouTubers can boast and say that, right? 80%. I'd even go as far as say 85, maybe 90%, because the only two pieces of information that we haven't gotten right? Because things change, because at the time when we received the information, Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall were gone, right? But then we got told that the deal happened. Chibnall all of a sudden came back, kumbaya, everything was fine. But I still do believe Jodie Whittaker is going to go, because Chris Chibnall will make her the scapegoat. He will protect himself. And I know people say, oh, you won't, it's our friend. Trust me, he will. He will. He wants to do this. He has a plan, right? And he is not going to leave until he executes that plan. And we're seeing that plan being executed right now. And do people like what they see? No. So continue the boycott if you have. If you've been watching up until this point, I would ask you now to boycott the rest of this show, right? Because this is going somewhere where we don't want it to go. And by the way, just because Jodie regenerates next year, it doesn't affect the Timeless Child story arc or what he's trying to achieve with his little major plan. Okay, she doesn't have to be part of that plan. It's very easy to use Root, and I actually reckon Root is the earliest version of the Doctor. Maybe possibly the Timeless Child themselves, because if you remember the still that people took, the Timeless Child was definitely a black girl. Root is black, a black woman, and it would make sense. It would make sense. So they don't need Jodie Whittaker for this in all reality. So I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. I think she will go after the first or second episode. The second episode is pushing it, but I'm going to definitely say first episode of Series 13, because she will have that special. And I think that's what they'll do. The special will end on a cliffhanger, and then we'll get the first episode of Series 13. Everybody will think that Jodie Whittaker is staying. All the J-bots will celebrate. He won't tell anybody that she's regenerating in the episode, and then bang. See, it's not actually hard. You don't actually need to be intelligent to come up with stuff like that. But that's what I would do. And I think that's what he is trying to do. I think he's trying to do that. I think he's trying to surprise us, because look at the cliffhangers that he's put in, or the plot twists, right? He's being deliberate, right? He's tried to shock. Look at Gallifrey being destroyed was something we didn't see coming, right? And look at how the fandom reacted, right? He brought us 2 doctors last night, 2 female doctors, by the way, just to hammer home that point. But gave us 2 female doctors, right? Chris Chibnall is all about shock and awe. So trust me, I don't know what it is. Whether I don't even believe in God or but if it's divine, then I'm wrong. Forgive me and stuff. But I just have this feeling inside me that she's gone. She's gone. There's no way these numbers, and just because she's saying, the BBC themselves, the spokesperson from the BBC or Chris Chibnall himself has not come out and said that she's staying, right? Only she has. So until the BBC officially confirms she's staying, I am going to believe that there's still a possibility that she's going to go. They already filmed the regeneration episode. Everybody knows there's a regeneration episode, right? The Daleks are in that episode, but we've been told that there's going to be no Daleks in Series 12. So Chris Chibnall's let the cat out of the bag, because it was him that was interviewed about it. So we do know there's a Dalek episode, and the Daleks will be involved. Everybody, all the big major YouTubers know about a regeneration episode. Go and ask them. Everybody knows. It's common knowledge. I mean, there was even that footage taken on the bridge of a Dalek. right? And then when Chris Chibnall was questioned on it, he says, "Oh no, there's no Daleks in Series 12." So if there's no Daleks in Series 12 and we've seen them being filmed on a bridge, and I actually put the footage up of it, and I actually took photos as well, screenshots, and I put them up for everybody to see. So if the Daleks actually were filmed, well then if they're not in Series 12, well then it's safe to assume that they're in this special that they've actually already filmed, right? And I think that is the start of Jodie's regeneration. I'm telling you. I know I'm the only one that's sticking my neck out there right now. I don't know what it is. As I said, I just have this feeling. These numbers just don't add up. And yes, it got 200,000 extra viewers this week, and it will go up in the consolidated figures. But overall, this series has been a disaster. And that's just the bottom line. Well, listen, I could go on about this all night. I am back again. What is it? It's 8 o'clock now. So I'm back in 2 hours, 10 o'clock for the normal panel. We will have a panel. I'm going to see now. It's going to be hard to get a panel tonight because I'll tell you why. There's a lot of Whovians that I do bring on that are very upset right now at the moment. So it's going to be very hard to get people on. But I am going to try get as many guys on as possible, because I think it is worth talking about this a little bit more, the ratings. But I also want to get other people's... we've had a night now to kind of let everything sink in. I just want to see how everybody's feeling today as well. The Daleks were filmed in Bristol. That is going to be a Christmas special or a New Year. She will regenerate. Yeah, I agree with you, Tesla Coils. I think she will go. I think it's going to be a New Year episode. I think then Series 13 then will be aired, and then she will regenerate probably in that first episode. I'm telling you, I just got it, because the way he's been doing things, he likes to shock people, or he thinks he's shocking people. And that no fan would see that coming, because when I've actually put that out there, do you think Chris Chibnall could do a regeneration at the start of his series? A lot of fans have said no. And I think because of that, that's why I think he'll do it, because no fan will expect him to do anything like that. And that's exactly what he's been doing for his whole entire era. So let's see what happens. I fingers crossed. Look, Chris Chibnall's the bigger problem here, right? But Jodie Whittaker, the merchandise is not selling under her. It's not doing well at all. I mean, they brought out a bloody twirly thing out of Kerblam. That's the next bit of merchandise they're putting out there. I mean, they're going to lecture us on Sunday about plastic, right? And they're producing all this plastic crap, right? Figures of Jodie Whittaker that nobody's buying. This twirly thing made of plastic that nobody's going to buy. Like, practice what you preach, BBC, and actually stop making rubbish merchandise, because you'll save on the plastic. You know, if you're going to preach to us, well, then maybe we should do the same to you, because you're producing rubbish. And that's the point. You know, we got a lecture on the climate, but yet BBC are making all this shit merchandise that nobody buys. And here's the thing: when that merchandise is made, what happens to that merchandise if it's not sold? They have to do something with it, right? So again, is it being recycled properly, or is it being dumped? Do you know what I mean? You have to ask yourselves these questions. This is another thing. Yeah, you're right, Extra Spice Mikey. My wife said it last night. Blue Bonahuvian, Jason, Ballstreck, everybody on the panel says that this is a revenge. This is an FU from Chris Chibnall for everybody that complained about Series 11. He's a vindictive, evil little man, and he should have nothing to do with Doctor Who. And he's going to do damage to it, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And this is a show that this guy used to watch himself and acclaim to be a fan of, right? And he's going to destroy it just because he can. I still can't bring myself to do a proper review of this. I can't still bring myself to do a proper review. That's why I just do the panels now, and I talk on the panel, and I'll give me a little opinion, and then I'll leave it at that. Because I just can't. I can't bring myself. I was supposed to watch that episode again today, so I could do that. I just can't bring myself to do it. I just can't. That last 15 minutes has just broke me. It's broke me as a fan. And these people will never understand. They keep telling us to walk away. You don't like it. This show isn't for you. Well, why don't you move on and let the rest of us enjoy it? But that's not what a fan is being all about. All right? Just because the show's going through a terrible time right now doesn't mean that we abandon it. That's not what real fans do. And that's the problem that I have with current fandom today. They're so fickle. They'll move on to something else if it's not going their way, or they don't like which way a direction it's going. Doctor Who, right, I'll put it to you this way, J-Bots. Doctor Who would not have the history it has if people had that attitude that yous have, right? Because Doctor Who hasn't always been good. That's the thing, right? But it's had more good years than bad years. Definitely more good years than bad years. But it has been bad. But we continue to support Doctor Who. We mightn't support the current showrunner or the current doctor, but we still love Doctor Who. We've gotten an emotional attachment to it, which none of you idiots will ever have, because you don't know what it is to be a true fan. Because as soon as the BBC stop addressing the issues and all the things that you think it should represent, right? As soon as they stop doing that, then you will walk away. And that's what he's have actually done this series, because he's tried to pander to everybody, but he's pandering more to us this year because he's given us all the member berries, right? And look what's happened. The ratings have gone down. So you have already turned your back on it because he's pandering to us now. And what you're seeing is happening now is that he's not actually doing a great job of it, because he hasn't attracted any of the older fans back, because it's lost. This is the first time it's gained this series. So, yeah, everything has to be looked at this way, in my opinion. I don't really care anymore. And I never thought I'd say that. And it's sad because, as I said, this is a show I've watched since the 80s. My dad was a fan of Doctor Who. That's how I got to watch Doctor Who. I would never have known anything about Doctor Who if my dad wasn't a fan of Doctor Who. And then I was a fan. And then when I came back in 2005, I started watching again, as everybody did that was willing to watch it again. I remember at the time, my two brothers used to slag me off because, oh, well, why are you watching Doctor Who? Because Doctor Who was one of those things, you know, there was a joke around Doctor Who. But then I kept saying to them, you know, you should watch it one time, you know, and stop slagging. You don't know what it's like until you've actually watched it. And then I remember then I'd moved out of the house and I'd come up to visit one time, and there they were watching Classic Who. They went back and watched the whole Classic era, right? And then watched all the way through to New Who, right? As far as I know, my brother hasn't even watched Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I don't think he's even watched the last of Peter Capaldi's era either. So, I mean, you know, there's some fans out there that make an effort. Unknown incarnation of the Doctor again. Yeah, nobody, do you know what? Don't care who she is at this stage. The fact that he did it. And this is the thing. Some people are saying, oh, it's all right, Noel. There's nothing to get worried about. It's an alternate universe. It's an alternative universe. It's not going to make a difference. It's all good. It's all good. It's just a smoke screen or whatever. I'm sorry, but he did it. But he did it. And that's the point. He's meddling with something that he should be meddling with, right? No other showrunner would actually go this way, right? Even Moffat knew not to go down this way. Even RTD knew not to go this way. Why do you think he didn't bring Gallifrey back in the first place? Because he didn't want to start tinkering with the Time Lords, right? Nobody wants to tinker with Time Lord mythology, right? Now, we've gotten bits and pieces here and there, and that's fine. We're happy with that. But what Chibnall is doing, he's blowing it all up. He's basically telling us, oh, listen, you know, yeah, there might have been a regeneration. There might have been a Doctor before Hartnell, right? And that's what we're scared of. And even if this is an alternative universe Doctor, still doesn't matter. He still did it, right? Not only did we get one female Doctor, which was bad enough, we got two now. So who's ticking boxes? You know, Instead, they say that there's no agenda behind their series, right? They say they're not ticking boxes, that they're going to write the show to reflect today's society and all this crap and all this bull, right? What's two female doctors? Why could have not been a male doctor? No, I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. Why did there have to be another female doctor? Why couldn't they have made another male doctor? See, this is why some people then start saying, "Oh, you have a problem with Ruth because she's black." No, it's nothing to do with that. She's another woman. That's why I have a problem, because I know what Chibnall is doing. They say they don't have an agenda. They say they're not ticking boxes, but they're clearly ticking boxes. You even look at the woman that played Kat, or if that's her name, Gat, right? Look at her, right? Ticking boxes again. They're just ticking boxes left, right, and centre. That's all it is. And she wasn't even in it that much. And when she was in it, she wasn't really. Did anybody feel she felt like a Hollyoaks actress to me, as I said, or a Hallmark, badly made Hallmark movie? You know, it's the caliber of actress and actor that he's getting on the show. Stephen Fry has probably been the best actor that they've had on screen, and they've literally had him on screen for 5 minutes, right? For this whole series, he's been the best actor that they've gotten in Series 12, right? And he's been on the screen for 5 minutes. The rest have been absolutely muck, except for Sasha. But Sasha might be back, so that's why I didn't mention him. Yeah, I agree with you. Right, listen, we're gone an hour. I said 40 minutes, but we're gone an hour. I will be back in. It's an hour and 45 minutes from now. So I will be back in an hour and 45 minutes from now. Join me. If anybody does want to join me, as you said, I think there was a couple of people in the live chat that said they would like to join me for a panel tonight. If you would like to join me for a panel, you can contact me, Noel Glynn, on Messenger, or you can contact me on Twitter. You know me Twitter accounts, Noel Zone or the Tardis. What's it? The Tardis Zone. Don't even know what me on Twitter isn't that? Goes to show you, see, me brain. I'm actually getting less intelligent. I don't know about any of you, but have any of you found that you are getting less intelligent watching this series? Because during the 2 eras, I've noticed that my brain cells are slowly dying off. Right, I've got a message off Chris about someone that wants to. Thanks, Chris. I got that message. I will sort that out and try get it. I'll get in contact. I will be going out for a half an hour or so, and then I'll be back. So don't worry. What was I looking for again? Oh yeah, my Twitter account, because I'm a tick. Yeah, it's called Noel the Tardis Zone. I had to change it from the Tardis Zone to Noel the Tardis Zone because like idiots were, you know, use yourselves. But there you go. So Noel the Tardis Zone. So whoever wants to come on panel tonight, let me know. I have asked a few other people as well. So we'll try, as I said, we'll try to get as many views on, because we can get, I think, 6 on, and we can have some waiting in the wings. And then when someone needs to leave, then I can replace them with another panelist if you want to come on. Because I know there is a lot of people that will want to talk about what happened last night. And I want to give as many people as possible. And there you go. I can already see my phone is hopping. So I will have a panel tonight. Now and 45 minutes from now, guys. Join me. Thank you for joining the stream. I'd like to thank Garbage there for the £5 super chat. I appreciate it. Appreciate you all watching. And listen, guys, you know, give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And it's nice to see some new faces in the chat as well. And listen, you know, we'll have plenty more to talk about tonight. But until then, listen, stay good and have a good day or night wherever you are, and stay safe. See you later. Now, I forgot. I have to do me outro. Oh, by the way, I just want to thank Bad Wolf 66. Bad Wolf 66 has done the intro and outro on this channel. So I just want to thank him. And Chris, by the way, last night, and all you moderators, sorry guys, I forgot to thank you last night. I did thank you on Twitter, but I want to thank you here publicly because obviously Chris does be all over the place on YouTube land helping YouTubers out. So I really appreciate all my moderators, especially you, Chris, and Chuckzilla. You do great job in the chat, keeping everybody in line. I love it. I love it. Right, I'll talk to you soon, guys. Talk to you soon. Where am I going again? See, I don't even know where I'm going. There you go. There's the outro. Right, here we go. See you, folks.
You have all been watching the official Tardis Zone. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Do not forget to comment, like, share and subscribe for more Doctor Who content.